Hey everyone, and welcome back to Jaraci Cup 2. Going to continue the lower bracket now with this game between FrostyTeeth and DrDooms. I don't know why we went from D to A, but... Well, I mean, I do actually, but whatever. Let's see. So Frosty's provided a very nice text document right here. So he is actually seed number 1, which is interesting. Well, this is lower bracket, but yeah. So he picks first, obviously, like the maps and stuff. So DrDooms and Frosty both going to declare faction as coalition. Frosty picks Torrent Crater. So let's see about it then. Frosty can play every faction, I think. I don't know if he really has a main. Right? I've seen some interesting stuff from them, like assault cruisers and stuff like that, which is always fun to see. But yeah. Hold up, I didn't see the initial spread of the salvages, but it looks like one of them was on RU's first. Might be having... No, it's not going to be an AV rush, though, because we only have... Like, we don't have LAV fab coming, so it's probably Sport Cruiser first. Here comes the 7th salvager. He's probably going to go 7 up, yeah? We will see. Yep, there we go. As for DrDooms, we have LAV fab done already, but we don't see any things coming out. We don't see any LAVs. Any things. They're now things, if you didn't know. Those are cells. So he's going to go for AV fab. Looks like he actually put 2 on RE, so that's not too surprising. So I think this game probably will stack up to be kind of like one base AAV against SC first. We'll just have to see how it goes. Frosty launching the probe a little bit too early here, I would say. And his base runner's not at home, which could cause him some trouble, but we'll have to see. We'll monitor the situation. LAV fab is ready for him now. He'll probably click on that just momentarily. There we go. Sorry, there's just a bit of lag in this game. And AV fab finishing about 10 seconds here. So, yeah, that actually is really significant, though. When you're going to do a build that could result in you having to hold down, like, a timing push or whatever, you got to be really fast with, like, all the timings and stuff. But DrDooms is not exactly, like, going MLG here either, so he'll probably be okay. This probe taking quite a bit of damage, though, from that base runner, which was not retired. That's interesting to see. It'd be cool, actually, if the base runner came down with the AAVs and tried to, like, set up a turret somewhere, make, like, a bit of a hard point, but I don't know if we'll see that. Oh, actually, yeah, I asked Frosty if he was going to be in chat, and he said no. Right, forgot about that. AVs are coming out, but they're not really getting rallied at all. AV fab is already on the way for Frosty. I don't think this attack will really go anywhere, if it even exists, but... You know, we will see. We will see. You never know. Oh, yeah, A-Game, I know you're still watching. Another thing that you could do if you ever do make, like, a replay enhancement mod is, you know how, like, I get green arrows to, like, see where people are moving? Like, what's an example? Over here, right? I can't get that, obviously, for the red player, unless he's in vision of the green one, and then I can. Like, I'll show you if I get a chance here, but... If this probe is here, then I can see where the salvagers are going, but if it's here, I can't. It's weird. But yeah, that'd be really nice to have. Yes, I was. I just said that, like, you see this green line here. It'd be nice to have that for the red player, even if he's not in vision of the green one. Because you can see it if, like, the vision bubble... Like, this will probably be an example here. See, I can see it now, but whenever he's out of range, I can't. Oh, and it deselects units, too, every time that, like, they enter range, like, vision range, or they exit it. Like, see that? I'm getting deselected. That's, like, really annoying. So, yeah, if that can be fixed, too, that'd be splendid. Frosty getting another Sport Cruiser with anti-air, so he's going very defensive here, just going to go up to 3 base. I like that, actually. And that should give him a pretty big advantage over his opponent, who has discovered the basic principles of rocket science, as you can see. Still not quite as MLG pro as those other guys, but you know. His treads are moving, they're not doing much, but they're moving. Everyone dies. I told you that's how Torrent Crater came to be, right? Is someone was playing on just a completely flat map, and then their base runners went flying up into the air, and it landed down. And there you go. Yeah, that should never be fixed, by the way. They should just, like... I know it's not going to be fixed, but still, even if they were, like, planning on it, they should just never fix that. It's too funny. We need some of that in our lives, you know? Gaussian air units inbound. No, it's not, because there's no terrain, so you can't get people flying into the sky like that. They actually track position in 3D. What a shame. What a shame. Frosty getting a little aggressive with his turret there. Little does he know his opponent's not even on 2 base. But he could know that, you know. Just kind of check it out with the probe there. But he's going to be starting to set up his bases now, just getting the first carrier production up here now. So, pretty quiet opener, but it's working well for him. He's going to be very ahead here. If I was Discar, I would, like, quit the game and then check, like, the resources mined or whatever, but... Yes. Definitely. Oh, that's awesome. But yeah, you would see that the amount of resources Frosty has mined is like much higher, so. Up on 3 base now. Getting healed for accidentally, you know, shooting himself. That's fine. And Assault Cruiser Fab gonna be the tech choice here. Now this is a lot of AAVs, but he had a railgun that he made, didn't he? Yeah, but it's over there. Okay. He could take some damage on the 3rd base here. But hopefully this is a bit of a wake-up call for DrDooms as he realizes, like, this guy's on 3 base, you know? We'll see, though. He has scored 1 artifact, so he's able to kind of, you know, push in here, too. The carrier block's not very good. I think because he had to, like, turn himself around or whatever. Again, I don't know exactly how carriers turning around works in DOK. I don't think anyone does, but... that is going to be causing him problems here, but as long as his rail is coming up, he probably is okay. Actually, this is really bad, because the carrier's falling behind, so it's not dealing the damage. This base probably ought to already be evacuating. We do have rails kind of sandwiching, though, which is good. Okay, this base is evacuating now. You can use smoke, too, right? And you always want to attack the one that's getting sundered, by the way, because that makes a big difference. These guys have armor too, I think. Yeah, they do. So, which is good confirmation for a game that armor is working properly for a coalition. It's 12, not 10. Not 6 streams. That's good. The mystery of the 2 armor AAVs. Okay, well he's gonna get right back up onto it though. But in the meantime, DrDooms has expanded, although, what the? We're having some kind of a convention over here, but... So, looks like he's gonna, like, set up over here and have the middle base open. That might prompt Frosty to believe he's on 3 base, but if he's paying attention, like, this guy wouldn't be moving like this otherwise, right? Gonna just besiege the turret down. Oh, you lost the salvager. Oh, that's painful. But Frosty is back up onto 3 base, like, pretty much now. It's not going to take him much time. Artillery going to be the tech choice for him as well. And Assault Cruiser is probably going to be back, probably going to be in the queue soon, because that does counter pretty much everything his opponent's got. Although, you know what, Frosty actually is, he made, like, this document about, like, checking carry, so I know he knows about the tells for it, and he can definitely see the rail module right here, so that's probably going to tell him, yeah, okay, maybe there are rails, assault ships, or assault cruisers might not be the best option. But yeah, there's no LAVs at all for DrDooms, actually. So, I mean, you know, we could see these rails come in here and, like, push off the main base and stuff like that. Brief moment of silence. It is 9/11 today, after all. I feel like that used to be a bigger thing than it is now. Like, I remember in elementary school, we had like a minute of silence like every 9/11. All the way up to high school, I think, actually. But I think after like 10 years had passed, people kind of paid a bit less attention to it. But I wasn't in high school at that point. No, yeah, they'd already faced it up. But yeah, I saw a couple flags at half-mast today. Sometimes you don't know what's happened and a flag is at half and you're like, what's going on? Like, I'm kind of afraid to check the news now. Railguns want to kite here. But AVs also want to keep chasing like that. Smoke would work here nicely too. They are faster, you know, so... Yeah, okay, so they're actually gonna win there. That's not really a situation Frosty should have lost. If you're on top of it, you can definitely kite away from those guys. Holy AAV. That's a lot of AVs. But anyway, that is going to lose the extraction zone for Frosty, but he does actually manage to slip in on the back line there, so that's nice. A couple salves probably going to go down here. These guys just want to keep chasing forward, though. I think you don't want to stop here, especially because logistics modules are fair game here, too. And then these assault cruisers are coming up for like a follow-up, too, and DrDooms only just now making railguns, so definitely waiting a very long time for that, and I feel like this maybe is going to hurt him. There's artillery, too. Ooh. Yeah, this could be really nasty for Frosty if he executes it properly here. It's definitely holding off the second base, though, that's for sure. Logistics module is going to start going down here. Those will have to be replaced, and they do come with a premium. Coalition really not supposed to trade bases, that's for sure. Yeah, that's pretty much how that would play on. Well, I think they are upgraded, right? So I mean, if that was vanilla, they wouldn't have done any damage at all. And yeah, that does feel right to me, right? I mean, like they shouldn't. Oh my, that's a lot of AAVs, man. But yeah, they shouldn't just be able to just like raffle on into like the base when there's AAVs defending or whatever, you know? Because in vanilla, like it's even worse with assault railguns, right? But you can just like drive railguns like into AAVs and just be like, "Sup, bros?" You know what I mean? And they can't really do anything about it. Yeah, that definitely feels right to me too. Personally, I actually am not really a huge fan of the way that AAVs beat assault ships, but I feel like the mod is balanced fine around it. It's kind of just inevitable when you increase AAV's damage versus armor, you know what I mean? Because I think the only reason they really lose to assault ships in vanilla is just that they don't do any damage. Otherwise, they've got all the tools. They have the high hit point pool, they have smoke, and they're faster, right? That's a lot of crew. Hold up, what are these? There's a support cruiser in tow that, oh wow. Look man, I still feel salty about all the times that my AV, my assault ships have just gotten wrecked and no being like in much bigger. Barrage, please! Oh, he's just gonna use the, oh. Man, I wanted to see a barrage there, that would have been sick. Can you imagine? Like, let the guy push through and then it's like, people are all dead. Oh. Oh, whoa, we got a power push going here. I didn't even notice this at all. Base trade, base trade. What Frosty needs to do then definitely is to start building rails, right? Because you're going to push your opponent off first. You have the bigger eco anyway. So take your cruisers in, just like push him off of his base, and then maybe you can take these two back and have them help like defend. And just get rails. All you need is rails here. Because the carrier does pretty good coverage actually against your LAVs. This is another really good opportunity for Barrage if he sees it. He doesn't see it though. But these guys are so bunched up, you could just like target it right there. It does things. I don't know. I feel like they're super good for harassment personally. But I mean, I guess I do throw away units a lot. Ooh, that's a bad. That ain't good. Barrage. No barrage. No, I do think that they're good for, what do you say? I do still think that they're really good for harassment, and they can also be really good for defense with that smoke, and then not to mention they do count for strikecraft, right? I don't know. Maybe I'm just weird, but I feel like it would still work. This is actually a disaster for Frosty, by the way. I don't know exactly how this happened, but these AAVs just like walked past their counter units and they're completely fine. There is going to be a base trade scenario though, so that's good for Frosty. He's not losing this, and he has definitely more artifacts. He's got more power reserves too. So I mean, he should theoretically win this, but this is a lot of railguns. So this is suddenly a bit questionable. I'm not sure. But I feel like Frosty has the better follow-up though, right? Well, but DrDooms is on the base faster, but I don't know if how much money he has, because he's at a very none at all, and he's at a very big fleet cap. So unless he like retires his army, which loses him the momentum, he can't really rebuild. Oh yeah, because the railguns are gonna catch him, aren't they? What has he got? If he yeah, losing that artillery cruiser was really impactful, isn't it? Strike fighters. He's got strike fighters. That's good for him. That's good for him. But yeah, if that artillery cruiser was still there, we could have seen something big happen here. Okay, just look at the move command though. Again, the barrage, right? That could really fix it. But this is gonna be nasty though. This is gonna be close. Fourth artifact is gonna extract though, so he just needs to buy time. He just needs to get time to get that artifact out. And this assault cruiser has to come in clutch here, or else this force is not really gonna be very easily stoppable. He's not going to do it. Oh no. Oh, but his carrier's up here. This carrier wins this fight. Man, that's so bunched up. Like, that would have been 6 dead railguns for sure. But these guys are a little bit out of position. Strike Fighter's already launching it. There's no anti-air going to be on the field anytime soon, right? Oh my gosh, this is getting really down to the wire. Yeah, definitely wants to power those two up. Oh, that's a lot of splash damage there, isn't it? That's a lot of damage! Ooh. No, I think Frosty gets out of here, actually. I don't think he should, but I think he does. And once this army gets here, like, that's going to be a big benefit to him, too. He's got a support cruiser there, too, so he can heal himself up. If he could somehow get the resources for, like, cars for free, actually, that'd be huge, too, wouldn't it? Doesn't have any salves left though. If they could have gotten out, you know, he could just like leave the support cruiser here actually and just like start mining. But his opponent can't make any units, right? Because he's fleet capped. I mean, Frosty probably is too, but he's got the momentum with that artifact. This is turning out to be very close though. Oh, I was just on it. He's got like tons, but no fleet capacity. Right? Well, I mean, I guess he could, yeah, he could get LAVs, couldn't he? And it looks like he is. But again, these strike fighters, there's no answer to them, and there can't be, because until all these guys die, DrDooms can't really get any anti-air on the field because he's fleet capped. Oh, actually, you know what? He doesn't even have money for like eco. Yeah, big float. But again, see what I mean? Like sometimes in the late game, it comes in clutch, doesn't it? Assault cruiser is here. Yeah, those rails aren't going to get him because the strike fighters are handling that. Again, there could have been attack missile barrage there, which would have been nice, but he's going to be okay, and he gets out. And now that he's got artillery, he's got kind of some free damage again against DrDooms. Who really at this point, I mean, he can't back away because the artifact is there, but the only way for him to win would be to back away, retire units, and get eco up, and he can't do it, so... I think that's got to be the game. He can't chase, because the artillery is going to kill him. What a close game, though. This is cool. Frost, no, don't go back there. Just don't go back there. Well, you know, actually, at this point, he pretty much can. There's only like 1 rail left, but I still think that's a little risky. But I gotta say, these strike fighters are the reason why he is like winning this game here, because they have done so much damage to that rail force. What was the SC block? What happened there? Oh my! Frosty, no! No, not like this! No, you can't do it! Oh my gosh! I wouldn't have even noticed that. I was like magpie styling it. no. That is so low, dude. The spaghetti is ready. Yeah, no, it totally did. It totally did. The carrier couldn't have, no, because that's like too far to heal, I think. Unless maybe you powered up really high. Oh man, I mean, he was gonna win anyway, right? Like, he has this artillery cruiser, but I mean, all right, let's get game 2. Let's get game 2. Oh, dude, that's hilarious, man. Nicely done, Frosty. Nicely done. You know, there's skill in DOK for like winning the game, and then there's also skill for like making it entertaining for us. And yeah, exactly what Catharsis just said. You know, he calculated that. He knew exactly how much he could carrier block himself and still win. He was just trying to make it, you know, exciting, right? Uh-oh, we got a faction change. I don't think that's legal. Hold up, there's another info.txt for this one. Yeah, so lower seed is declaring faction here. No, you already... Wait a second. Actually, in the info.txt it says it backwards too, that DrDooms picked Galzian and Frosty picked Coalition, but no, so you can't change faction during series, right? I should make another video just to clarify this. It was in the Jaraci Cup 2 like FAQ video, but I'm not sure how many people actually watched that. But yeah, so during series play, like in the brackets, you pick all of the maps before you start for self, but yeah. Higher seed picks his faction, and then lower seed picks his faction, and then picks map 1, and then higher seed picks map 2 and 3. And if it's the best of 5, then... Wait, I got it backwards. Okay, sorry. Higher seed picks his faction, lower seed picks his, then higher seed picks a map, then lower seed picks 2, and then if it's the finals, higher picks 1, then lower picks 1. And then you start playing, so you don't start until all of that stuff is figured out. So, but it looks like Sport Cruiser first from FrostyTeeth, I think. Wait, he's Galzian, yeah, probably not. It's Production Cruiser first, okay, so that's like, I was on it, you know, I was on it. Interesting scanner location, but again, this usually kind of gives away a little bit of information. I mentioned this in another one of the games that I cast today, I can't remember which one. You need to go to the Discord server, probably, because the only way, like, if you do auto match, you're unlikely to find one. And if you go public games list, like, there's not that many that you can just jump into lobbies. So you join the Discord server, and then you can ask people for games. If you type @DOK and then like 1v1 or 2v2 or something, people will join you. It's discord.gg/homeworld, or you can look it up in Discord because we're verified now, so it's really easy to find us. So it's Sandscriber Fab coming out now. For, Production Cruiser is about to finish. We have AV Fab on the queue too. Gotta say, if you want to be like super ninja, maybe there's something you can do where like you have a second Production Cruiser, like maybe you're starting one because you need it to be pretty advanced. Like get out to there or something, like where he can't see you, where they can't find us, and then the second one's coming up the line. Your base runner goes and like picks up an artifact and then starts headed out. As you attack with like a couple Sandskimmers, and he's like, okay, yeah, it's one base play. I know what to do about this. He comes in for like the counter push, and then suddenly, hey there, you know, take out his base. Right? I mean, like, I think that's theoretically possible. Theoretically, but I don't know. I'd have to see it play out in a game there. Sandskimmer is going to be being produced here too. It is going to be assault ship type from Frosty. A little bit of quick dropping there too. Always appreciated. And I think he would have liked to pick up the hard extract there because he's going to have field control for some time if this works out. But he'll just have to content himself with the middle extract, but that's still a good one to have. Because then he can go in for the close one too. He might even come with the army and try to use basement or heal. I have a feeling that's what he's going for, but we'll have to see. So this sort of effect will extract, and that's obviously quite impactful here. Because we're going to have a assault ship attack thing going on, but it's not SC first though, and I can't exactly tell what DrDooms is going for here, so I don't know. I feel like the way that Frosty can get value, honestly, is just holding off the second, I guess, and then once the carrier moves off to get it, you know, you come in from the back line or something. Because I feel like he's not going to be able to push in here, there's too much defense, but if you just hold your opponent on second, get refiner mode, pop up to 3, then you're good, right? But this is kind of unorthodox to deal with, you know what I mean? This is not like normal to see. Tech choice going to be revealed here. I actually maybe would have kept it hidden, like backed away the PC or something, because he still doesn't even know that there are two of them. Scanner gets plopped out there, so he gets to see what the defense is actually. So he sees AAVs, he knows about long distance miners, carries on the main. So he knows everything actually. He's got all that information from this scanner here. Really good scanner. And yeah, he's going to back away. Okay, I like it. So it looks like he's pretty cognizant of what's going on here. I would keep these assault chips up on the front line though. Yes, it should be way more popular. It's like incredible. And I would grab this one, because if you're attacking, your opponent will be on the defense, but... Yeah, no, I feel like Frosty is reading this one really nicely. Like, this is definitely the right play to make. He's playing 4D chess now. Because, like, if he pushes in here, like, this is going to be really hard to push, right? But what he could choose to do still is make, like, a couple more assault chips, just try to hold the second, and then have some guys waiting here, and once the carrier leaves, go in there and kill some salvagers, but, we don't even see a support cruiser, though, so, I mean, I don't know if the second's even gonna get taken. Of course, last game it was taken very late, too, for DrDooms, so... And he still almost won. Railfab coming up from Frosty, I like that a lot. Could go for interceptors, too, try to punish the eco, because there's no anti-air here. And, of course, interceptors do a really good job of killing salvagers, but railguns are a little bit better, I think. Yeah, I think railguns are going to be a little bit better moving on as kind of like a sustainable sort of, you know, late game option. And this base spinner is dead for sure, but he will get that artifact extraction out, I'm pretty certain. Really? No, he won't. Oh. Calculated. No, incorrectly calculated. Darn, I actually thought he was going to get that out. That's crazy. Yeah, it was very close. Well, maybe he could... Yeah, if he went like this, he would have had more travel time, but he would have avoided high ground damage, right? I don't know. I don't think they could have made it. That's tricky. That was very close. DrDooms moving out at the perfect time. He's counted these, like he's done holistic testing. Suicide retreat. You just mean like backing away here, suicide, because he's not getting any value, or what? Because that's definitely true. He needs to be more proactive on the field here. He's on 2 base now, like he will be anyway once the carrier moves out. His opponent's been on 3 for like a bit now. Railfab is done. We're getting the counter unit to what he has out on the field getting produced. Interceptors are on the queue. So there's a lot of things going wrong here for DrDooms. No armor at all. We are seeing it coming out now for the AAVs, so this is definitely a fight that they will take. They're not Sobons, they won't take it that handily, but... Did you hear about this catharsis, by the way? There's like, there was a bug in JC2, we didn't know about it, but Sobon AAVs are like 3 times as good as Coalition ones, practically. And I think it's railguns too, right? Like, it's affecting them also? Oh no. Well, but the Sobon rails felt pretty good, though. So I'm wondering if, like, maybe... I don't know. I'm sure you'll figure it out, A-game. Railgun Armor 2 coming out, which is always good. Yeah. Apparently. Although no one knew, but... I wonder if when we get into the upper bracket, we're gonna see that it actually really did affect some games, but I hope not. That'd be kind of sad, you know. Yeah, it's true. It's true. I mean, Discara has done it a couple of times, but never in mod, I don't think. I've done it a couple times, but mostly when I'm playing random. And I mean, you always play random, so that's about it. We don't really have any like Sobon mains in mod, do we? Well, yeah, I mean, you like to play Con F against everything except for Con F, right, Catharsis? So I mean, that makes sense. Oh, things have changed. Oh, it's precision bombers, by the way, which is cool. Don't usually see those units in action. There's just like one interceptor on the field. That's okay, though. Place to want to be doesn't want a mic. You know, what's his name? Discara said something similar, actually. He was talking about I was asking him, like, if LED styles are so strong, because this was back in, like, Card Cup, like, 7 or 8 or something. I was like, why don't you use them more? And he was like, I hate microing, dude. Like, I just don't want to do it. And so, he just uses AVs, you know what I mean? I thought that was hilarious. Bomber is out here, so this could be definitely some dead salvagers if he wants it. We don't have any anti-air on the field at all, so this is kind of like the big reveal, although he did show the interceptor a little bit earlier. But what's he going to do with it? Nothing? Question mark? Okay, it's gonna come in here and attack the AVs. I wouldn't do this. I mean, I think you've actually got this army covered. You're faster than them, you've got more range, etc. Yeah, I mean, you should just come up here and start killing salvagers. I'm not sure what that comment means. Oh, what is... I'm still not sure what you mean. Anyway. Oh, look at this. Does Frosty know? Because if so, this would be a good thing to use the Air Force against, actually. He's got not really any defense here, but it looks like he's cognizant. Yeah, he's moving up there. You might have to evacuate this base temporarily, though, but he should be able to root that out. But these guys are all very low. DrDooms doing an amazingly good job, apparently, with smoke of, like, keeping guys, like, not dead, just at low health. But eventually, yeah, he is going to be forced off there. We got an assault railgun that's going Rambo over on the main. That's actually really annoying to deal with because DrDooms has got nothing in the area. He's gonna have to make a railgun or something, but that's gonna be dead logistics modules for sure. I mean, he could even try to take out like the support cruiser maybe, but I wouldn't try that personally. Oh, I see. What's their strong point as a faction? Well, their rails are definitely like the most cost effective. And then, because of the way that your logistics modules slow down enemy units, you often, like, will get flanked and it just doesn't even matter. Like, you are able to get in position in time. But I'd say their biggest advantage is probably just, like, macro, right? Catharsis probably knows more. He plays Savon quite a lot, so... Oh, what happened to the ER? Oh, yeah, Browse came out. But that support cruiser is getting toasted here. We still don't have any anti-air, which is kind of shocking. Not even missile batteries, so... Yeah, Raven armor. Well, it's true. I always feel like when I get on top of Savon rails with Strikecraft, not only is their armor better, but I swear they're doing more accuracy than other rails do. Like, I swear. Because they just kill them, you know what I mean? I'm like, how is this happening? But every time. Maybe I'm just a pleb, I don't know. But it really feels like they've got the, yeah, definitely what Catharsis is saying. They have like this mid-game just really strong play. Anyway, Frosty with 5 bombers, which is kind of crazy. And there's no anti-air, it still doesn't detect at all. I mean, that's just going to be game over if DrDooms just chooses not to respond to it, so... I have a feeling that will be the case here. Yeah, 5 bombers, though, I mean, that's like approaching the level to, like, take the carrier down to, like, less than half in one volley, like, one, you know, deployment. So, we're definitely not in a good place for DrDooms here, I'll tell you that much. I mean, that's just gonna be a massacre. And these rails are cool, you know, but they're just gonna die, so. Ints launching 2, again, there's no anti-air, he can do whatever he wants to, so. Get ready for, like, horrendous damage. Because this is gonna be pretty horrendous. And these assault railguns with a lot of armor, so they're actually doing a pretty good job of holding their own, even close range against these AVs. Maybe not, I take it back, but still, you know, they're not, like, dying super fast, so. Oh gosh. Has he got the ammo capacity? No. Yeah, he bombed them. Like, he just didn't micro them at all. They just took out logistics modules and stuff. Honestly, though, that works still too, though, because this is 2 of them, which is like 20, right? Plus 15 for the carrier. Is that how it works, or is it 10 plus 15 for the logistics modules? 40. Yeah, he actually probably has enough fleet capacity, although I saw him deploy another one. Peanut bombers, man. These things are oppressive if you don't deal with them. I actually had a game with Descara one time. It was really funny where and by the way, if DrDooms refuses to tech anti-air, like, just keep making them. There we go, missile battery fabrication's coming out. But yeah. I had this game versus Descara where I hid interceptor tech and then I just got 5 bombers out. And he got missile ships actually, because he kinda knew something was up. But then I just came up, blew them all up with the bombers, took out like 2 bases at once, and he was like, okay, well, that's game over. It was hilarious. This was in vanilla too, so it's not as... It's even more impressive than it sounds. Grievous damage! They're getting hooned on, right? Ouchie mama! Yeah. Dreams where your opponent just does not react to what you're doing at all and you just like destroy them with air over and over again. That does sound pretty sick. I've got to imagine Frosty is enjoying this. DrDooms, not so much. There's even just like an assault railgun chilling out over here. This is really bad for DrDooms. I mean, this game is lost already. Like, Frosty's 1-2-0. Like, I'm quite certain of it. He put up a valiant effort, though. You know, he tried. Yeah, assault railgun picks are crazy, aren't they? You know, I remember in one of those old Magpie casts, there was this one moment where like an honor guard popped over a hill. It was like here or something, let's say. Yeah, this is on the Boneyard, I'm pretty sure. No, Galcane Fairy. But it like popped over the hill and there were like 5 assault railguns and they all shot it. And it just did like a triple backflip and I was like, whoa! I think even Magpie cast commented on it, which is unique because he usually misses things like that. I don't even care though, Magpie's an awesome caster. I hope it doesn't sound like I'm ripping on him. Especially now that he's back. So. Yeah, this is very, very near to like full wings, so I mean we're gonna definitely have a dead carrier before too long, I would say. Bombers doing their thing here. You know, the TAC Palmer in the Deserts patch actually was changed so that it had like 5 packets because it blows up that way, but I thought that was kind of an odd choice. But tactical bombers are less effective against carriers than precision bombers are less effective against carriers than tactical bombers are because they basically just fire like a bunch of missiles rather than one bomb, you know what I mean? So still though, you can see damage is pretty decent here. And if there's nothing to stop them, and they'll just do whatever they want. This bomber here ought to spell defeat, even though he's a novice. No, he's docking. Oh, he's out of missiles. And down goes DrDooms for a 2-0 win for FrostyTeeth. Well, guys, I hope you all enjoyed it. Pretty good matches, but it's only going to get better as we begin casting the upper bracket. But I'll catch you next time for the semifinals. Until then, don't go to space. It's heresy.